Welcome to Sports on Breakfast Central. I am Favour, Itua. We begin with stories from the world of rugby, where South Africa have named halfbacks Andre Pollard and Favour de Klerk, as well as hooker Bongi Mbonabi in their starting 15 for the Rugby World Cup final against New Zealand on Saturday. Mbonabi makes the run on team after being cleared by the World Rugby on Thursday of having used a racial slur against England's Tom Curry in last weekend's semi-final. Ball captain Siya Kolisi said he had been in touch with Curry after the England player came in for a torrent of abuse on social media following his allegation. South Africa coach Yakis Enyimba axed Kobus Renach and Madi Libbok, who was hooked after 30 minutes at the semi-final for de Klerk and Pollard. The later pair will start together for the 25th time, moving past Just van de Witsen and Harry Honeyball to make them the most experienced halfbacks in Springbok history. Interesting one for Springboks. They are the defending champions. I'll wait to see what happens in the final on Saturday. And out to the world of football, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have retained their 40th position in the latest FIFA World Ranking released by the world's governing body on Thursday. The three-time African champions had dropped one spot from 39th to 40th position in the previous ranking released on September 21st, despite thrashing Sao Tome and Principe 6-0 in their final 2023 AFCON qualifier. Joseph Pesiero's side, however, retained their position in the latest world ranking after drawing 2-2 against Saudi Arabia and defeating Mozambique 3-2 during their last international break. The Super Eagles also did not change their position in Africa as they remain the sixth best country on the continent. 2022 FIFA World Cup semi-finalists Morocco are the highest ranked team in Africa, followed by reigning African champions Senegal. Tunisia, Algeria, and Egypt occupy the third, fourth, and fifth position on the continent respectively. A lot to watch out for, of course, for the qualifiers, and of course the AFCON proper in Cote d'Ivoire to see if Nigeria would go up the rankings. Still talking football, Uganda senior women national team football team, the Crested Cranes, had advantage in the Olympic football tournament qualifiers after overcoming Cameroon at home. In the game played on Thursday at the FIFA Technical Center in Jeru, Uganda secured a 2-0 lead thanks to goal in either half from Catherine Lagaya and Fazila Ukwaput. Cameroon captain Aljara Ujoya missed a penalty in the first half, and the Crested Cranes fought hard to eventually claim advantage. Uganda takes a 2-0 lead into the return leg slated on Tuesday next week in Yaoundé, Cameroon. The winner between Uganda and Cameroon will face either Nigeria or Ethiopia. Meanwhile, Tanzania also beat Botswana 2-0 in the second round first leg encounter. Opa Klomon scored the opener for Tanzania in the second minute of play. Aisha Masaka sealed the win with 2 minutes before the end of the match. The return leg of the qualifiers will be held next week. Congratulations to Uganda. They're really taking the world of women football by storm, and they're interestingly looking forward to qualify for the Olympics in 2024. And now to still talking football, but of course not a good news for Nigeria's champion. Reigning Nigeria Premier Football League champions Enyimba FC have been eliminated from the African Football League on Thursday night after they were thrashed 3-0 by Wydad Athletic Club of Morocco in the second leg final match in Morocco. The 3 goals were scored in first half as the North African side progressed to the semi-final with a 4-0 aggregate score, having defeated the People's Elephants by a lone goal in the first leg at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo on Sunday. In the other fixture, Esperance staged a second leg fight back to defeat TP Mazembe 3-0 and booked their place in the African Football League semi-finals. Having lost the away first leg 1-0, the Tunisian Giants rolled back at home to overhaul Mazembe's with goals from Gahit, Ohabi, Usama, Bugera, and Mohamed Amani too. Wydad Athletic Club will now face Esperance of Tunisia in the semi-final. Enyimba, now without any continental engagement, will now shift their attention to the domestic league. Sadly, Enyimba, Nigeria's sole representative in the money-spinning African Football League, will not be able to make more money from the competition. And to wrap up, of course, sports updates, we'll now go straight to Europe, where goals from Diogo Jota, Wataru Endo, Darwin Nunes, Ryan Gravenberch, and Mo Salah saw Liverpool keep up their 100% record in the UEFA Europa League Group E as they hammered Toulouse 5-1 at Anfield. The visitors had equalized through Tij Dalinga on the 16 minutes, but were second best thereafter as the powerful host midfield and forward line started to pour. Jurgen Klopp made 8 changes from the side that east past Everton in the Merseyside derby, but it mattered little as they proved too strong for last season's French Cup winners. Greek giant Olympiacos inflicted the first European defeat on West Ham in 17 games As West Ham, the Hammers fell to a 2-1 loss in the UEFA Europa League. Costas Fortounis scored the home side opener, and Angelo Ogbona's blunder gave the Premier League side a mountain to climb. Lucas Paqueta got one back for the visitors, but ultimately it was too little late. And I'll go on to the other game. Brighton, on the other hand, of course, claimed a historic win in the Europa Football League against Ajax to keep alive their hopes of reaching Europa League knockout stages. Against European veterans, Ajax, they enjoyed a famous night at the Amex Stadium as goals from João Pedro and Ansu Fati secured victory. Interesting night for the English sides, but of course not a good one for West Ham United, who will be ruining their chances and hoping to get back in winning ways. And that wraps it up on Sports Update. I am Favour Itua. We'll now go back to Osaoge and Olive standing by.
What Favour? Interesting to see the Enyimba game, but I don't know if it shows the reality of the quality of football played by Enyimba compared to North African clubs. Because, I remember that they won the, African Champions League, 927 years ago. Since then, not really much has happened for them, on the African stage. So, is that the reality?
Well, I don't just think it's the reality for Enyimba. It's the reality of the Nigerian League at the moment.
Yeah.
It's so sad that even if you pick this season's current winner or the season's winner, you will not even put your money on them to beat any of the North African sides. I think we will lack that shows you our football in Nigeria, both in the coaches aspect, the technical aspect, and of course the players aspect, because we see players moving left, right, center. There is no rebranding in terms of players. We don't have quality coaches that come into to put in the work, and also the transfer activities. How many of players can we get from the big clubs in the world to join the Nigeria Premier Football League? And right now, interestingly, this is the first of its kind in terms of the league, and $1 million. Enyimba already has that already for participation. Yeah. So imagine what they will miss in terms of not winning the competition. And it's really, really sad. Anytime we play the North African side, we get beaten. The last time Rivers United were trashed by this same team, 6-0. So you expect you now ask yourself, what is the input, or what are the inputs being put in place by the league body to ensure that we have a better organized league? Not even just about organization too, but also the coaches, getting to go for refresher courses and put in the very best of facilities. When you look at Wydad Athletic Club, they get players from the top leagues, even in Europe. You look at Mamelodi Sundowns, they get players from top clubs in Europe. But in Nigeria, we have players moving from Kano Pillars to Sunshine Stars, from Enyimba to National United, from MFM to different clubs like that, and then you expect them to do better than their North Africa counterparts.
But it's 1.2 billion in earnings, so they will be fine. I'm sure they can buy a few players more. Thanks very much, Favour, for stopping by.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.